We live. I'm trying to get on Facebook to see how live we really are. Let me turn it down. We are live, and I am going to give just a few minutes for people to get on because I'm excited about today's show. Yes. So, I'm going to give a few minutes and yeah. Welcome. Welcome to Mirror Mirror. Y'all, golly, that was a fast 7 days. My goodness. But I'm excited that it was kind of fast because now we're back together again. So welcome to Mirror Mirror. I'm Kimberly Washington. I'm your host. And this is a place where we can come and be ourselves unapologetically, authentically, where we have like this raw and real thing going on over here. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna be real tonight, we're gonna be raw, and we're gonna be transparent. And I'm not holding nothing back. So yeah, we're gonna go with it, okay? I am trying to see what's going on with the comments. But hey, we're gonna roll with it, okay? We're gonna let a few more people join, and we're gonna get the tonight's show started. I'm super excited about it because tonight's show is gonna be totally different than what we normally do. So yeah, I don't like how I cannot see who's on, but it's okay. It's okay, y'all. You know, I'm learning this whole Facebook, this live, the world of the live, because prior to Mirror Mirror, I wouldn't go live. So that's something that I'm learning to do. So because I'm super excited, y'all know me. I be trying to wait for people to get on, but they'll hop in. So, y'all, this show is gonna be a little different tonight because tonight is just me. It's just me and y'all are my guests. So, this is different for me because ever since June, when Mirror Mirror started, I've had a guest. And I've never did a live show by myself. And that's what makes tonight different. But it also makes tonight very special because I've learned something about myself. So last Sunday, I ended the show like really abruptly because my guest had an emergency going on. And so this Sunday, I thought we were going to do part two. But let me tell you how God to get up in your business. Hey, Queen, I miss you. Um, Let me tell you, I knew last Sunday I wasn't supposed to have a guest on just yet. You know, God was telling me to go live by myself, and I was disobedient. I didn't do it. But that's okay because he gave me mercy. He gave me grace and I was able to do it live by myself. So I want to tell y'all what I learned and give you a little bit of kind of where I am. Hey Ashley, I'm gonna give you a little bit of where I am. Okay. So when I spent some time this week, I realized the reason why he wanted me to go live by myself is because I had been hiding behind my guests. Now, I created this space that says we're transparent, we're live, we are raw, we are authentically, unapologetically ourselves. But I hadn't been doing that. I have been hiding behind my guests in the sense of not wanting to really be seen. Now that's crazy because I vowed to be a mirror for other women, but I was hiding per se. Um, Not that I was scared, but I just felt like I really didn't want to be seen. I didn't want to be seen because I felt like my comfort zone was behind the scenes. So, yes, I was hosting a show Yes, I was on camera, but my focus, y'all focus wasn't on me. Y'all focus was on whoever was speaking. And we've had a lot of powerful women on here. We've talked about we've talked about domestic violence. We've talked about just what do you do when you are starting over and learning to reinvent yourself. We've talked about so much. We've talked about moving forward, what to do in the waiting. Yep, Drew. Hey, Drew. And we had men on here too, but I've never done a show by myself. And so in my time of just kind of praying and just reflecting, I realized, like, Kim, you have to, if you want to create a space for other women to be bold, for their voices to be activated, to be courageous enough to tell their stories, then you're going to have to come out of hiding. I realized that I don't like being in the forefront. I don't like being, I like working behind the scenes in the background. But in this season, this next version of myself, that's not where God is calling me. God is calling me in the forefront. And I realized that I can't get done what I need to get done for God being disobedient. So I'm like, okay, why do we feel like comfort is a necessity? Because for me, I, even with my clothes, I want to be cute, but I will take comfort first. And I know that, in this in the shifting, I got to get out of my comfort zone because y'all, it's dangerous in being comfortable. It is very dangerous because it allows me to think that I'm right in doing so. It allows me to be stagnated and like I'm operating off stale information, like, because I'm comfortable just right here. So when we had to get off last week abruptly, and I'm like, okay, it just made me reflect. God gave me this podcast and he told me exactly what to do and what kind of culture I should create, with Mirror Mirror, because it was women and also men that needed this. And you guys, I didn't realize how comfortable I had got, because really the hard part is the guests coming on telling their stories. That's the hard part. Just like being courageous enough to share. And because when I, okay, let me go back. When I wrote my book before, I felt like after that book, and y'all notice after I wrote it, I didn't promote it a whole lot because I felt so naked. I felt so vulnerable, and that was out of my comfort zone, and I didn't really know what to do with that. So I'm like, okay, I got it out there, but I don't like how this feel. So I kind of, I played it safe. And I feel like that's what a lot of us do. We play it safe. No, I'm not in those places that I discussed in my book. I'm no longer there, but it's some places that God is taking me that I can't afford to play it safe. So this is me. Y'all, I've been nervous all week long, and I'm not going to say I'm scared, because I promised myself that the scared version of me, I wouldn't bring it back with me from Atlanta. I said that, but nervous I have been because this is so um this is so out of my comfort zone, being, just in the forefront. But I mean, hey, it is what it is. I gotta be obedient, and in order for me to be the best version of myself, this is what I have to do. So I am very uncomfortable right now, but this is very raw, this is very authentic, and this is very real, and that's the space that I said I'm creating. So if I can't sit in it, how do I expect other people to come on and sit in it? So that's what we're talking about tonight. We're talking about, how do you move forward from playing it safe? And since you guys are my guests tonight, I would love for you guys to get in the comments. So, what does playing it safe look like for you? I see in the comments, and I'm gonna put it on the screen. She said, "Don't get too comfortable that you stop growing." And this is good, you guys, because I don't think, unless you really are intentional and you take the time to reflect on where you are in your life, like where you are versus where your goals are, or just whatever you set for yourself. It could be your daily routine, it could be your winning routine, it could be whatever it is. You have to be intentional, because if you're not reflecting on it, um, then honestly, you're comfortable. You're gonna be comfortable, and you are that's where you're gonna stay. You're gonna look back. We have literally what 2.5 months left in this year. And at the top of the year, we said we were gonna do so many things. Where are we with those things? It's not too late. I said we got 2.5 months left. So there is still time. Look, another comment said, sticking to my comfort zone and not taking any chances. Ooh, uh, this one is good too because um you got to be a risk taker. Like if you want to get anywhere, you have to be a risk taker. Like you can't, I don't think like being courageous and like playing it safe, I don't feel like that goes hand in hand. And like we vow a lot of times to say, we're gonna do things, but honestly, even the goals I said, I noticed the last few things I've written, it was me writing from a place of comfort. Oh, and I said that's one thing I was like, on this healing journey, I'm not going to get comfortable. I'm not going to get, because healing is so uncomfortable. But I have gotten to a level of healing where it's been comfortable. It's been within my manage. It's been within my, my reach. And I was okay with that until last Sunday. And I'm like, oh no, how did I get back here? But it's not a back here thing, it's a reflection thing so you can move, to your next. So that's kind of where I am. And it's like, Lord, you want me to go on here? It's my podcast. Isn't it enough for it to be my podcast? Why do I have to sit in a space? But if I can't sit in it, how can I expect others to sit in it? So y'all, I'm out here, and when I tell you I'm out here, there's no turning back for me. There's no turning back. Okay, let's take another comment. She says, I feel like when my goals stop scaring me, then that means I'm too comfortable. Oh, all my goals scare me right now. Being on this podcast, but I know that, and to me, when you have like big goals like that, that's confirmation that you're in the vein. That's what I feel like. Because if it's not big enough and you can do it within your reach, then why do you need God? you know so it has to be a big thing because he's a big God. And there's so many women that are waiting, or just so many people in general that are waiting for us to get it together. um Lately I've been talking to some women, and I've been having some amazing conversations with women, because I think like we have more in common than we do not. But sometimes we can look at a woman, or we'll look at a person, and that will just looks alone will keep us from connecting. But if you get past that, or whatever your reservation is, if you get past that and actually have a conversation, it's amazing. Because you and that person, for me, I've been able to really just kind of talk to women just from where I am or where they are. And it's like, you know what? I needed that, or that motivated me, or I'm inspired. I understand that I can't do this journey by myself. I can't do this podcast by myself, but it's not anybody else's responsibility to take the vision, and even the culture that I've created, and run with it. Because when God give you something, nobody is going to feel it. Nobody is going to sin in it. Nobody is going to, you know, um, smell it like you. It's wrapped. Your all your five senses are wrapped in what God gave you, and nobody. And I think that was my expectation for somebody to respect my time, or respect the fact that it's mine, or even small things. Make sure your audio is good, make sure your video is good. I got comfortable. That was on me. So I didn't realize that. I'm telling you, got to get all in your business. Hey, Ty, got to get all in your business. And he'll be like, no, what I'm calling you to do, not only is it big, but I'm calling you to do it in a way where it's excellent. We can't just give God junk. And when you're comfortable, it's hard to gauge if something is not excellent or not, because that's the way you normally do it. So y'all, I'm just I'm grateful for the opportunity to be before you guys, but it's like I do have a standard, and that's what I'm sticking to from now on. because I understand the way that I show up and the way that I offer, the way that I do this podcast and I offer it to God, that is my worship. So I can't just have do anything. So moving forward, mirror is gonna be different. I'm different. The way we show up, it's got to be different. It's definitely me coming out of my comfort zone, to ensure that I show up in a big way, because I'm created in His image, and God is a big God, so I definitely want to show up in a big way. So, oh well, hey girl, oh hey, I haven't seen you in a long time. How are you? Hey Nicole. How y'all doing tonight? I just I'm just letting them know where I am on this journey. And again, this space that I created, if I can't sit in it, then I can't expect nobody else to sit in it. And I'm sitting in it. And y'all, it feels amazing to walk in Walmart or walk in, a store, and somebody says something about mirror. I'm watching, or I like when I said, or the story that such and such told bless me. That's what it's all about. Or when they say, I'm almost ready. I'm not quite ready yet. And I had somebody to tell me today, every time I see mirror, I scroll past. I say, why? Because I'm not ready yet. That made me feel good to know that I'm on your radar, even though you may not be ready to watch yet, but I'm on the radar. So I have to make sure that what I'm doing is intentional, even if it's uncomfortable, because comfort's not a necessity. But what am I doing it what I'm doing is intentional, and always remember that somebody is watching. My prayer is always, God, if it's just one woman on, just one, I'm good. Or one person on, I'm good. Because I want, no matter what is said on this podcast, I want God to get all the glory. This, I said, we are, we raw, we real, but we are rooted in God. Period. That's it. And I want Him to have the glory. So, what you say, Nikki? There, who's not ready to deal with their issues? I know. I mean, so far, everybody that have come on, they have been ready to deal with their issues. I enjoy all the women because we all got story, even the men too. When the men was on, I was so enlightened by them, because sometimes we have a perspective, or yeah, perspective of how men deal with life, or how they show up in life, and just kind of tuning on with the men, I realized that it wasn't even what I thought. Men need healing too. They deal with things too. And it was, from their perspective, they just deal things the way their process is, and not ours. We're emotional, they're not. So listening to them, it really helped me. So, oh yeah, she said that. That's exactly what she said. She wasn't ready to deal with it, or she didn't know how to. So I thought that was amazing, because I just to let me know that I'm on her radar. But I've had a husband and wife come up to me and was like, "We enjoyed your show, so I'm going to make sure that I show up. And whenever God tell me to come on here by myself, guess what? I'm coming. And after tonight, I'm not gonna be nervous anymore. Well, maybe just a little bit. I may not be as nervous, but I'm just gonna show up, because we have some real life issues, and every woman that has came on, y'all, I can relate, from domestic abuse to teenage pregnancy to just not knowing, looking in the mirror and not knowing who I was. Like every story I found a piece of myself in. And that's what make it more special to me, because again, we go through some of the same things. Now, we may not be at the point to where we can just talk about it, like everybody's not there, and I lay all my stuff out. Look, ain't no shame in my game. Like, you can't, my story only have power when I tell it. So it's no shame. I don't have nothing to hide. I'm out here. I feel like, God got me out here for a reason, and I'm gonna do exactly what He told me to do. But y'all, I this is just me not playing it safe no more. This is it. I am being more intentional, and I'm going to do exactly what God has told me to do. And it's like, I feel you guys give me a lot of encouragement. on here, seeing the comments, you guys pushing. I really, really appreciate y'all for that. So, but I want to hear from y'all. I want to know, like, if you are you playing it safe in your life now? Let's start there. Let me see if you're playing it safe. Put it in the comments. Playing it safe. If you're not playing it safe, I want to know what was the turning point for you, because maybe your story can help somebody else. Because I want to go back to what Christy said, and I'm gonna put it back in on the screen. She said right here, I feel like when my goals stop scaring me, that means I'm too comfortable. That's I feel like that's a mouthful. Like when my goals, because sometimes when we choose stuff, we feel like sometimes we feel like it's unattainable, unachievable, maybe impossible. But we know that through all things, through God, all things are possible. But sometimes, if I can be honest, I'm not very consistent in when it comes to goal setting, because in the past, and when I mean past, I mean like 5 minutes ago past. In the past, I feel like I've allowed distractions to kind of deter me from whatever I set, that goal I set. So, and in busyness was another one. Always doing something. Busyness does not necessarily equate to productivity. So, but in the past, I have not been consistent. So that's something that I'm working on too. Okay, she said it's one to heal alone, but sharing publicly is a step healing that others are working towards still. So grace to those women. Absolutely. I think that for a woman to come on and tell her story and just kind of be before the people, that takes Jesus, the 12 disciples, but it takes a lot of courage. It does. Because even though you may have moved past, what you're dealing with or what you've gone through, it's still hard to tell it publicly, one. And then sometimes just having to sit in those moments again, that's kind of could be kind of triggering too. So I'm like Christy, I take my hats off to those women too. And I'm grateful that y'all want to come on this platform and share your story. So I'm very, very grateful. And I wanna no, I ain't gonna tell y'all that. But just know that something else is coming soon. I'm a and that's why I have to get out of my comfort zone. Like it's to so much to do. I'm gonna say it like that. It's so much to do, and I know that on that big goal list I have, I know that I be wanting to say, okay, I'm gonna do this, but I know that if I haven't done the last thing God told me to do, then how can I expect to go on and let Him grace me to do the next thing? So I'm gonna stay in this vein where He has me, but just know that I am preparing for something else. And that's why I want to create a community where women we can come together, not only just heal, but like brainstorm and co-labor and do what it takes, because just like I'm working on my dreams and my goals, I know you're doing the same. And for us to come together, sometimes iron sharpens iron, so we can come together and we can help each other out. But it takes a special type of person to be able to come, and again, to be able to submit your gifts to one another and not feel like, she gonna tell my business, or she gonna, it's none of that over here. It's all love. This is a safe space. So I'm just glad you guys are tuned in with me tonight. This is when you see me, next time you see me, I'm gonna look different. And physically I may look the same, but just know that spiritually something is happening within me, even now, because I dealt with the spirit of fear, you guys, for a long time, and I can't tell you where it came from, but I know I can think back on just a few things that happened in my life, and it all stemmed from rejection. So, I mean, I don't know if like fear and rejection, are they friends or really sure? But I remember when my kids were growing up, it was like I hovered over them so bad and always wanted to protect them, but it wasn't a normal type of protection. It was like every time they left the house, it was like something, don't go here. I projected that fear on them, and I didn't realize that until, here recently. So showing up for myself, I was terrified because that's something I wasn't used to doing. I was used to showing up for other people. And so now you got me on display guide where I have to show up for myself. And I'm like, I don't really know how to do that, if I can be honest, because I've never sat down long enough or been still long enough to show up for myself. So, like, all this is new for me, putting me first, giving myself what I need. I don't even know, what style clothes I like anymore. Like everything is changing about me and I'm embracing it now. But before I was terrified. I was terrified to do that. But what makes me more terrified is disobedience. So whatever I got to do to go forth and for God to get the glory, then that's what I'm gonna do. But I know this kind of been a gumbo, y'all, but I've had so much to say that I've held in for a long time, and I finally released to do it. So I know it seems like I'm all over the place, but I'm here, and this is me. Yes, making yourself a priority is extremely hard. Showing up for yourself is extremely hard. Because we play so many roles. We do. Mother, wife, we work. We do so much. And then at the end of the day, we have to still show up for ourselves. And that's for me, y'all, that was a task. I remember, hey Daphne, I remember we was at the conference. We went to a Bloom conference, and this one of the sessions she did. It was called "What's on Our Plate," and she literally had a plate where we had to take and dissect, and just kind of give a percentage to all the things that was on our plate. And I'm a like I said, we raw, we real, we transparent. I honestly 5% of what was on my plate out of 100% was me. 5%. And I'm like, I felt so bad because you would think that I would know how to show up for myself. You would think that I know how to prioritize myself. And it's simple things. It's like I don't even know what I want. I made me an appointment this week. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna give me a quick weave, or I'm gonna give me a wig. And then I'm like, nah, I like the short hair. But you know what? I just summed it up like, do whatever makes you feel good in the moment. Like, not, whatever I need for myself, that's what I'm gonna do. So if this week I want short hair and next week I want a quick weave, that's my business. That's how I did it. But it was like I was looking in the mirror and I didn't know who I was. Like I could not identify. I'm a mom, but that's not who I am. And clearly now that all the kids are grown up, it's like, okay, you're definitely more than just a mom, a wife. That's just not my sole identity. And y'all, I cut my hair off because I thought that cutting my hair would reinvent myself. And I told myself, I'm like, this is dead weight I'm releasing. And now don't get me wrong, I love a good pixie. I do. But that was like the reason why I felt like this is a fresh start. Let me cut my hair. Y'all, I cut my hair. I looked in the mirror. I was extremely cute. I still didn't know who I was. Still. And I'm like, okay, so what else is it? So everybody know I promote call to clarity all the time because taking that class literally changed my life. But recently, more recently, um, makeup. So if you read my book, you know I've been wearing makeup since I was 12, and I just kind of told y'all how that came about. So now, I realized wearing a makeup for me was also a way to stay masked up. So I said, okay, Kimberly, you got to know that you're beautiful regardless, and it has nothing to do with makeup. So I don't wear makeup every day, y'all, and it feels amazing. I don't. I used to. I would not leave the house without makeup before. Um, Now I do because I realized I was using makeup as a mask. So I unmask myself and know that regardless whether I have makeup on or off, I'm still beautiful. The discolorations on the skin, it doesn't matter. I'm still beautiful no matter what. Like I'm just going through like a period of discovery. It feels good, but I'm so uncomfortable. The whole point of this is for us to stop playing it safe. Um, hey everybody. I'm just looking. And I'm out here trying to prioritize myself. I'm trying to figure it out. I'm trying to just really reinvent myself. Who am I without, now that the kids are grown up, the husband is working off. I'm finally doing things that I want to do. Like, who are you? So, whoever she is, she's stepping out her comfort zone. And that's what I encourage you guys to do. So that's why y'all got me on here tonight by myself, all out here, very uncomfortable, but very free. This is so freeing. I didn't ever think that I would be able to do this by myself. Because again, I used to be terrified of people. Hey D, I used to be terrified of people, and not because um no, let's be real, because they judged me. That's why. Everywhere I feel like I'm a girl's girl, but it was hard to be a girl's girl when that wasn't reciprocated. And women would tell me that I was unapproachable. I, Initially, maybe that is a look, I don't know. I was unapproachable. I feel like I'm more than anybody else and stuff. So I kind of just shrank into the background. And so it was hard. But now it's like, y'all, I'm out here and I'm ready to have a community of women. I have a great community. But prior to that, I just closed myself off with women, period, because I didn't have the best experiences with women. But God is a restorer because I have a great community now. I'm just so excited. Hey, Daphne, I'm so good. I'm so glad that I'm speaking your language and to know that I'm not out here by myself. I told you y'all when y'all come in here and I see these comments, y'all just really really encourage me. Y'all do, because the next mirror is it's not gonna be nothing like this one. But tonight is my night to just come on and just let it all go. Let it just be free. This is what God got me, and I just had to be obedient. I know, like I said, it's a little gumbo, but this is who I am. So I am finally free from me. I broke free from me prior to writing that book. That book was life changing for me because y'all, a lot of stuff that I went through, I had forgot, hidden, suppressed, because some of it was so traumatic, and you're not taught how to deal with things. Sometimes the best thing you can do in your mind, which is the worst thing you can do, is suppress it and not deal with it, because even though you may think you're good in that moment, in the next uh season of your life or the next traumatic event, it comes out. And that's what was happening to me. It kept coming out. And I'm like, golly, it feels like, when I take two steps, I get knocked back down four. And I'm like, I felt like I was good to people, but it's like, what is going on? But I understood that once I had ripped all the bandages off and just kind of say, okay, I want to heal properly, then that's when I started to deal with my stuff. And then that's when I started to take accountability for me. Like, okay, so I literally sat down and I wrote down all these experiences that I had and I dissected all of them. But I didn't just stop there. I released. I had to go back and have them hard conversations, or I wrote about it, or, just whatever. But I released. And right now, I feel like it's much easier for me to release people. Before, it was so hard to let go. I would hold on to people to, baby, I'm gonna be nice. I would just hold on. I would hold on to people. But now, oh no. I was talking to my mom today and I was telling her, I was like, Mom, I'm learning so much about myself, and I'm learning so much about, you know, freedom and healing and how I feel like nobody is exempt from being released. And even when I did the class last week, that's one of the things that was taught. Again, like, that was confirmation for me, because I told her, like, people shouldn't be comfortable with just mistreating you, or just feeling like, first of all, as women, we're too old for that. I mean, at the end of the day, grow up. And if you feel like you can't grow up, go get some healing. Go get some therapy. I got two therapists on this live right now. Go get you some help. But for me, I can't let people who don't see me properly be around me, because if you don't see yourself properly, then I know you're not going to be able to see me properly. So I had to cut off some relationships, of people that just didn't see me properly or didn't treat me right. I'm just not doing it. It's a non-negotiable for me. And I told my mom, I said today, I said, nobody's exempt. You, my husband, my children, nobody is exempt. I'm going to let you know, hey, I don't like it when, or, I've let, I think Nikki said this last week, in a sense, like, I let people get comfortable with treating me any kind of way previously in the past. Moving forward, this version of me is not doing that. I don't care who you are. So it's just like God has really healed my heart in a lot of places. And I know I have a ways to still go. But when it comes to me and the things that he has called me to do, whether it's, my career or whatever it is, I'm going to be more intentional, and I'm not going to be comfortable in the way I stored it. Period. No, I'm not doing that no more. So when you come on, if I invite you here on this platform to minister, because that's what you're doing to people, you need to make sure that your audio is good. You need to make sure your lighting is good. You need to respect my time, and you need to know that you are coming on, or you're coming into a space where it's safe, that you're not alone, and that we got you. So I encourage all of you guys to that's on to step it up. Get out your comfort zone. I didn't even know which way I was gonna go tonight. I just know that I was out here, and I was gonna be very transparent with you guys. I didn't know, what I was gonna say. I just know that I couldn't afford to, be disobedient. And I had to just this is another level for healing for me. But stop playing it safe. Not only do you owe it to God, not only do you owe it to yourself, but you owe it to the people that's waiting on you. I mean, for me, people have been waiting on me to get myself together for a long time. And I don't want to do it. I don't want nobody to do it in my place. I want to do it. And so it's time, y'all. It's time. So whatever it is that y'all want to do, whatever goals y'all set, no excuse. You don't have the information, is too many avenues out here to get it. I mean, at this point, you chat GPT, whoever, AI, Google, you got sisters, connect with somebody that's doing whatever it is that you want to do. Not just anybody, somebody that's doing it well, that's successful. Because there are people out here that will give you the blueprint. And there are people out here that will give you the blueprint for free. You know, you just got to get out your comfort zone. You got to go ask. You got to go connect. You got to do what you got to do. And that is what I'm doing. So when you see me out here in these streets and you see me a little louder and a little bolder and a little bit more courageous, know that that's going to be my stance. That's my new normal. I am coming out of the background and I'm coming into the forefront. And yeah, I'm ready to connect and I'm ready to, just live life in more of a grander way. And I'm ready to share, network. Absolutely. Invest in myself. Invest in yourself. I had to put that up there because that is a big one. Investing in yourself. Yeah, go take a class. Go listen, get you a therapist. Christy is a therapist. I don't know if she's taking clients, but she's a therapist. He's a therapist. Y'all. So we have no more excuses. We're out of our comfort zones and we're gonna do what we have to do to go to the next level because I want God to enlarge my territory, increase my capacity. Not just for me, not just for my family, but for you and yours too. So yeah, I'm excited about what's next for me. I'm excited about what's next for you. And we out here. Hey Regina. Yep, therapy is powerful. I've taken there. I had a therapist, and I got mad when she moved. But again, it was a little different because that was like during COVID. But again, do what you need to do for you. Do what you need to do to come out of your comfort zone, to invest in yourself, to stop playing it safe, and to show up for yourself. Because I'm showing up for mine. And like I said, if you see me next week and I got a wig on, mind your business. Because I'm doing what make me feel good, okay? And not just not just like feel good on the surface. I'm talking about because I am good. For a long time, I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna go ahead and get off. But for a long time, I would look at other women and I would think that they were my enemies because you don't accept me or you have a problem with me or no, my enemy was my inner me. I was so broken on the inside. I mean, even if a woman wanted to connect with me, I wasn't in position to do it anyway, you know. So take accountability. Like really this week focus on you. Focus on how can you make yourself top priority. Put yourself on that to-do list. What do you need to do for yourself? What do you need? Y'all, it could be something small. So I'm gonna share with y'all mine. I'll go first, and then in the comments, somebody else put one thing that they're gonna work on this week, and mine is gonna be small, but it's gonna be surface. So everybody know I've been saying this for a long time. First of all, Drew, let's start back walking. Let's start back getting it, okay? But this week, tomorrow, I'm taking one day at a time. I want to juice. So tomorrow I will be doing, and y'all are my accountability partners. I done said it here first. I'm doing straight liquids tomorrow. That's my thing. I'm doing straight liquids. So y'all put in the comments what you working on tomorrow. One thing. It can be one small thing. And I am going to let y'all know what I'm breakfast, lunch, dinner. I'm gonna let y'all know because y'all my accountability partners. But one thing, put it in the comments. What y'all working on? Because we gotta get to the point to where we're getting out of our comfort zone. And again, if it's within your control, what you need God for? It had something that I've been struggling with for. I look back on some pictures and I'm gonna post them later, probably tomorrow. And it was so many like different phases I went through. And I'm like, dang, um, I've been working on losing weight for a long time. But I don't ever think that I just been intentional enough to be consistent. So here I am, I'm being intentional. I am doing straight liquids tomorrow, not just for my physical body, for my spirit as well. And look, all right, Drew. Drew said he's organizing. I love it. One thing, and y'all, we gonna come back under this post tomorrow and let me know if you got it done. Daphne says she's walking. Okay, tomorrow you let's do it together. I'm walking. I walk every day. So far, I'm on my sixth day, fifth day in a row, because I'm being intentional. I done started back. So I'm being intentional, and I'm all right, my girl. My mama says she getting off the couch, and I'm gonna hold you to it. Don't make me come up there. I love it. And it does not have to be anything big, just small. But we got to get out of our comfort zones. It's so much happening. So much happening. Christy, back to my daily devotional. I love it. Let me know. I'm gonna share one with you that I found and it's really good. But y'all, we don't have to do it alone. We don't have to walk alone. We don't have to do it. We are better together. So I love y'all and I'm grateful because y'all have really, really helped me get out of my comfort zone. And I'm being more intentional. I'm gonna do it because God is calling us all higher. And I want more responsibility. And I know with greater responsibility, I have to be able to manage what I have now, better. So that's what I'm working on. I'm excited. I did it by myself, which I knew I could, but I just didn't want to. But I'm out here now. So I'm going to really, really mean it when I say it tonight. The mirror is just not reflective, it's healing. If you can see yourself, you can free yourself. And I said this today. I said that sometimes even our children, when they look at us and that mirror is shattered, and somebody said dirty, we can't be mad if they go look and see their reflection in somebody else. So we have to do a better job at being the mirror for, the people around us and for each other. Because it's reflective, but it's healing and it's freedom in that mirror. So I'm Kimberly Washington. It has been pleasure, a pleasure being your host tonight for Mirror Mirror. I hope that you guys tune in next Sunday, same time, 7:30. And I don't know what God is going to do, but I know He's going to do something. So I will tomorrow create a post. And for everybody that has a to do that said they were going to do something, just check in with me because I will be checking in with y'all. I love y'all, and I will see y'all next Sunday.